to Enchanted Pixie DIY. Today we're going to be making these Haunted Mansion inspired ears. Half of the ear is the Haunted Mansion wallpaper and the other half is the Haunted Mansion outfits. So let's jump right into it. First we're going to take these templates. I will try to have them linked in the description below, or you can Google Mickey ear templates and find them. You're going to take the smallest template, and it is the foam and batting one, and I trace it onto some coasters, and you're going to do 4 of them, or you can use cardboard, but I prefer the paper coasters. You're going to trace it out and make sure you make 4 of them. You need 2 for each ear. And then here I'm just making sure they fit onto the headband the way I like them and line up perfectly. And then I mark 1 with a 1T, that means top, and then 2T means top. So I know those will be the front part of my ears. Next, you're going to grab the bigger template, and it is the fabric template, and you're going to trace out 2 on the green striped one that's like the uniform of the Haunted Mansion, and then you're going to trace out 2 of the purple fabric for the wallpaper. You need 2 for each ear. Once you have all 4 of those traced, you're going to cut them out, and here you see I have 2 for each one. And then also I like to take some felt, preferably white or black, but green is what I have, and you're going to trace out 4 of these. This will help create a barrier between the foam that we use, or the batting, and the fabric. So you're going to cut out 4 of those. Next, you're either going to use your polyfill or stuffing. I use batting from Joann's, and I just cut it up into smaller pieces. I put hot glue on the cardboard that you use, and then I just stick it on there and I cut it. And I do this to all 4 pieces. I do not glue it to the side that I write on, I glue it to the other side. Once I have those all cut out, now I take those felt that I had and I put some glue on it, and I place it foam or batting side down to the felt, and then I make any kind of trim I need. And I do that for all 4 ear pieces. Now that I have that done, I am going to start to glue the fabric. I do like to use these pink finger things from Dollar General, or Dollar Tree, I'm sorry, and I use them so I don't burn. And you put the felt side down on the fabric, and in sections you make a line of hot glue, and you just tap the fabric down into the hot glue, and do it in smaller sections if you're not used to it, and go all the way around the ear. So here I got one side done, and then I'm going to go around and do the other side. I like to do mine 4, so I go 2 on one side and then 2 on the other side, and then I do the bottom last. And to do the bottom, I just put hot glue in the middle, and I pull it up tight onto the hot glue, and then I do each of the sides of the bottom by pressing in the corners in a little bit, because you don't want the corners to hang over. And then I do the same fabric for the back of the ear, so each ear will be the same on the front and the back. And then once I have both of my pieces, I am going to put on the trim. I'm using a black lace trim. I just cut a piece off, and then I cut the trim in half. I got this trim at Joann's. It's where all their lace trims are that you could buy by the roll. And I am just putting it on and kind of ruching it backwards a little bit, especially when I go to turn around the edges of the ear. So for the purple wallpaper, I use this black one, but when I do the green one, I will use a white one. And I will say that if I was to do this again, I might cut the lace into sections and glue it on, or just ruche it only on the turns and not through the whole thing. That way it didn't bend a lot afterwards. That's something I would change on it. But I do this all the way around on the lace, and then I trim the excess of the lace off once I get to the end of putting it on. Okay, once I have it all trimmed, I do take the other piece of the ear and I glue it on top of it. So that trim is in the middle and it's sandwiched in between both sections of the ear. So I just take the hot glue, I go all the way around the edging of the ear, not the lace. And then I put it a whole bunch in the middle, and then I measure them up and hold it together for about a minute to let the hot glue set. And then on the other ear, I do the same thing with the green, except for I use white lace, and I do the same exact steps. Now I have both pieces of my ears, and I can now glue them on my headband. Here I use a spacing template that I just took a pair of my ears and traced around them of my Disney ears that I had, and I use that to put my ears on. I put a tiny strip of hot glue on the bottom of the ear. I line it up, I press it, and I hold it for a good 2 minutes. It's probably doesn't seem like that because it's sped up in this video, but I do hold it for a while. And then I repeat the steps on the other side. So just put hot glue down the middle, line it up, press it, and hold it until the glue adheres. And now here they are with both ears on, and then I like to use pre-made bows that I buy off Etsy. I will show at the end a tutorial to make your bows. I just don't like making them, so I use pre-made ones. I get them for, I think they're like $1.80, $2 a bow, and I just put a little hot glue in the middle and I hold it on there until the glue adheres. And now to embellish a little bit, I got these Haunted Mansion name tags that I glue a bigger one on the front and a little one on the back. All I did was print this on Shrinky Dink paper, and I followed the directions on the Shrinky Dink paper and baked it and then cut it out, or cut it out, then baked it and the glued them on. But they also do sell these centerpieces on Etsy as well. So here is the bow tutorial. Alright, so to make a bow, you're going to take any fabric that you want to use, and I cut a big square out. I don't know the exact dimensions. I know that little board is like 6 by 8, so I think it's about, I want to say like a 10 by 8-ish or 12 by 10. It's a big piece of fabric. And I do trim the edge to make it look a little more decent, and this is just to show you a tutorial of how to make the bows. do fold it up to make sure I like the size of it. That's what you see here is me folding it together and seeing that I like it. And what you do is you take the bottom and you're going to put a line of hot glue across the edge of it, and you're going to pull it up more than halfway, almost like 3/4 of the way. And then you're going to take the top of that and you're going to put a line of hot glue across the edge, and then you're going to pull it down and where it meets the other edge. And you can see there's a difference how the size of how much we pulled the bottom up and the top. And then once I have that, I'm going to glue the sides down. I put some glue on the inside corners just to help hold them down, and then I put a line on the edge, and then I do push the corners in because I don't want them to come out and I want a clean edge, so kind of push the corners in, and I do that to both sides of the bow. I do the 2 dollops on the inside, a line across the top, and then I push the corners in and glue it down together. And this side, they kind of more meet up in the middle. Going to either, you can pinch it or accordion. I accordion fold it back and forwards until I get all the bow like that, and then here is how it looks. And then once I have that done, I am going to put glue in all the folds to hold it together. You're going to take a small piece of the fabric that you cut, and you're going to put some glue on the bottom of the bow, put that small piece around. I pull it really, really tight, and then I glue the bottom of it, and I trim off any extras and then glue down anything extra that needs to be glued. And now we have a bow that is completed. So here are the ears all finished and done. I hope you like this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye.